The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yellow waiting. 57. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Kill.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down. 14. Hey, Charlie. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike.
He was double teaming it.
Check 37. Check 37. Check 43. Showing that. Show me first.
Now Breeze on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up first and 10 at their own 43.
Check 9. Check 31. Switch. Lady. Check 99. Check 99. Check. Switch. Red 80. Check 50. Hey, orbit. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Get ready.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
What is this shit? Let's make him come on.
57's mine. Stop your whining.
To throw is Darnold. And he finds his man Griffin. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
57's a mic. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
On first down, it's Darnold. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And that is no good.
I'm putting this shit through my TV. This bitch is tripping.
To make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up.
Ball left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now the throw hauled in by Green. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Ready? 95-56, 95-56. 57, Mike, 57. Get your swarm on. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Here we go. Slow. No. Let it catch it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Easy. Yes,
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll go down at the 28. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here we go. You can't block me. You kill. Hey, Wahoo.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. And this is complete. It's Allen. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Check. X3. Tight dog.
Breeze now on first down. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The Jets take over first.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Keep waiting.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Mike, 57.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. He gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I'm about to guard Sam Donald.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
I'm about to just blitz. I'm not about to guard tight attack, bro. What you doing, my nigga?
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
What are you doing?
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Bro, what are you doing, bro?
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Bro, why are you taking so long to pick plays, bro?
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Breeze now to throw.
Mixon, what are you doing, bro?
He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Please, bounce. Oh, yes, thank you, dumbass.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, This never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You got one read, and that's
sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Green here. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Mike, ready. Mike, I got it. Let's go. Hey, I'm 1. Number 53. Mike, 53. Go. Hey, you kill. Safety creep. 25. Check 25.
On first and 10, here's Breeze.
Oh,
Incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Bullock will put this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
This one fielded at the 5. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To throw again on second down. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
There you go. Just one read.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Faking the give, Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys? We'll see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
You're good, you're good. Ready. Hey, box truck.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Open man, it's Allen. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Single back and single back, whatever that 3 tight ends is. This nigga is cold. Wing tight, that's that shit called.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football.
Oh, my God.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Darnold completes it, and on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run it with Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Darnold down to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Again, it's Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jets' 29-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Kill, 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 kill. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Tonight.
From the 29, Breeze.
Drew.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
Shut, bitch.
Get there and pick it. He was trying to get that one to Allen that
What?
a little something
Bitch,
to
get on
hang their
Warzone.
head on, I guess.
What?
Okay, so let's face it, though.
Get
Who's
on
happy about
Warzone,
this play?
bitch.
I'm in a
Fantasy
Madden
guys,
game.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The analytics will tell you.
Who we gonna play with?
That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
They going back in game chat.
The fantasy points here.
Dumbass bitch.
Stabbed him.
You got nothing.
After the interception,
Damn.
here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete.
I'm in a Madden game.
14 yards is the pick
I
up
call
there.
Study, you dumbass
First
nigga.
down.
Come run,
Fifth catch of the
Study.
game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a
Me,
volatile
me,
pass
me,
catcher.
me.
It used to be occasional, right? Safety
Is that what
valve.
Study?
Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block.
Oh, you playing right now?
He's an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the
Damn.
receiver.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and
Whoever
4.
comes first, come on.
Stealthy don't want to play, I'll play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I can't believe they even let you play.
I want to kill plays. I want to fix my game.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. But that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Let's go, D, let's go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
To throw is Darnold. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's a party now. Big X, Big X, Big X.
To the air again, Darnold. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. From the 50, it's Darnold.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Mixon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Fights through him. Fighting through it. He's got space. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Cincinnati, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Like, where are you going, bro? Just end this nigga fucking career.